Hey, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, WTF Fabrications. That's WTF Fabrications for all your metal fabrication needs. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. You can find them where, Rob? WTF CustomFabrications.com. That's my producer shouting out from the sideline there. They make any kind of RV gates, security doors, fencing, you name it. For all your metal needs, give them a look-see. And that's, again, WTFFabrication.com. Our second sponsor I'd like to give a big shout-out to is College Bar and Grill. They're in Tempe off of Veterans and College, right across the street from the football stadium. Again, that's College Bar and Grill. Just an amazing experience, a really at-home feeling when you go to that bar. Fantastic owner, going to be on the podcast here soon. Shout out to Joe Healy. But again, that's College Bar and Grill in Tempe. Give them a look-see on IG, please. If you were one of the amazing people who bought our Whiskey Tango Talk shirts, I'd just like to take a brief moment to thank you and tell you, guess what? Buy a fucking another one. We'd appreciate it. We got burnt orange and olive green due to our Instagram posts coming out here soon. We got 4, maybe 5 remaining shirts of the black on black and white on black left in various sizes. Who knows? DM me on Instagram at Whiskey Tango Talks. Let me know what it is you're looking for, and I'll try to get you that size. We appreciate all you do for us. We're going to try to eventually get hats and stickers for you if interested. Just let us know, DM what you think we should do. Who knows? Maybe I'll like your idea and fucking do something with it. All right? Again, thank you for all your support. Whiskey Tango merch coming to you fucking soon. Hey, if you don't know, you know now, motherfuckers. Patreon.com, Whiskey Tango Talks. Please go take a look at what we have on Patreon. Check it out. Donate. Donations are going to go to charity events where we do live podcasts, hopefully on YouTube. Giving back to the community. Giving back to the people that listen to us. Hopefully that money that we do receive, if it doesn't go to donations, will go to merchandise for the actual podcast, Whiskey Tango Talks. Again, that's patreon.com. Give us a look. Donate what you can, if you can, with how much you can. We'd appreciate it. We love you for all your support. Again, that's patreon.com. It is adult content labeled due to my foul fucking language. If you're 18, don't be scared. Give it a look-see.
So the other day I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I'm tripping. This is Whiskey Tango Talks. I'm your host, Derek Isidore. You can start recording, dude. You're good. Oh, you're already on? Oh, well, fuck me, right? So, plasma cutting.
Yeah.
And it'll say Whiskey Tango Talks, and then we're going to put LED behind the metal.
Perfect.
So it like pops a little bit. So, yeah. All right. Well.
You're going to be famous.
No.
Get it,
we'll see.
Get it going.
Whiskey Tango Talks.
Cheers.
My guest with Alicia Coates. I apologize for the drive.
That's okay.
So I brought you on because local, being from Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm based in Arizona, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What's crazy is like when you had posted about coming on today, the 19th, like I had so many women reach out and just say like what an inspiration you were to them.
Nice.
So it was like, yeah, it was one of those things where I was like, shit, like I did the right thing by inviting you, you know. I wanted to talk a little bit about your transformation because my favorite portion of your life was your pose on the Olympia stage in 2014.
Yeah, my flex off.
Yes, and it was so.
I heard a lot about that after I got off stage.
Well, regardless, the fact that you were able to put character into what you do and you weren't a man. Like Kai Green gets away with that shit, but
I know.
what women can't.
Yeah.
You're not Dana Lynn Bailey, you know. So she had
Although
a little
that
bit.
was the first year I met her.
You're right. I've yet to meet her. I met
We were in
Rob.
the tanning room together, butt naked, getting tanning, talking about her dogs. I'll never forget that, Dana Lynn.
Yeah. So I actually I met Rob a few times, but like you know, like she had a kind of a leeway, like with some of the stuff that she did on stage. So when you hit that flex and your little smirk that you had on your face, that was like, oh shit, like I like her. I got to meet her, you know. So having you come on, you know, I didn't realize how big of an inspiration you were to women. So do you want to talk about like that?
I didn't either. I have to be
awesome.
honest with you.
I'm not even joking.
Being a 32-year-old woman, when I started in fitness, I just looked at myself as like that young crowd that was getting into competing. And I got on social media in 2012. I didn't have Facebook or MySpace. I didn't grow up doing that stuff. I just
Right.
didn't. I wasn't like tech savvy. I didn't care about that stuff. I was in sports and had my friends, but I wasn't online. And the majority of the people that followed me were guys. And so I was like, okay, I can see like, but then girls who were inspired to compete when I went on stage, then women were following me and were like, you inspire me. But now I'm at that age where it's like, it's hard to relate to some people. I'm not in my 20s anymore, but I haven't had kids yet. So I meet chicks who are like, yeah, you look great, but you haven't had babies yet. And I'm like, no, I want children. But then when they talk about how my transformation, when I gained weight, something relatable. When people met me, they're like, she's ripped. She never had problems maybe with weight or body issues. But then when I went through my breakup, my breast augmentations, I put on over 20 pounds.
Was it the breakup that?
It was a lot. Yeah. I mean, I have to say, if we were to start back in 2014, that was the Olympia.
Right.
That was like the peak of everything. I was so happy. Stuff was moving fast for me. I came in 7th in my first Olympia as a rookie.
You were the talk of the town. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Like a lot of people thought the sky was the limit for you.
Well, I take that back. I came in 7th at the Arnold. So
Okay.
the Figure International, the Arnold,
Yeah.
was to me the mecca of things. The Olympia, I'll be honest with you, in the sport, I wasn't super versed on it. I knew it was the Olympics, but meeting Arnold was like everything to me.
Yeah.
I came in 7th at the Arnold. I came 11th at the Olympia.
Olympia, that's right.
So after the Olympia, I jumped on that bandwagon of getting boobs. And I had my breast augmentation January 2015, and my life changed after that forever. I mean, I'll never go back to how things were ever again from everything I dealt with in those next 2 years.
Yeah. Well,
And so after that, I think I had more relation to women when I opened up about depression, all my surgeries, all my body issues, my breakup. And then I was like, wow.
what would you say to the woman that's thinking about surgery?
I would say don't do it.
Really?
I really would. I would tell them if I could go back, and I should have listened to my mom. It sounds crazy. I had my first consultation when I was 26. And she said, don't do it, Alicia. Get on stage. You're going to make it far without him. And I did. I made it all the way to the top without him.
Yeah.
And then I got him when I was 28. And it changed everything.
See, for mothers, women that had, you know, like great breasts prior to
Yeah.
a kid, I can understand the want,
The want, yeah.
but, you know,
Maybe to fix something. I have to say, though, there's a lot more things coming out about implants now. You know, and people think like breast implant illness is taboo, but
no, it's not.
you really
Yeah.
can't say that to the hundreds of thousands of women that are getting their implants removed. There's obviously something happening. And that wasn't my complication at first. I had a lot of other issues. That's why I had 4 surgeries in 2 years to fix my breasts.
That's ridiculous.
4. Like, there had nothing to
And,
do with
and
my
there was
surgeon.
nothing wrong prior to. It was
Nothing
just
was
a
wrong
want
with
for.
me.
Yeah.
I just was, it wasn't even necessarily competing, because women are like, can you touch base on how competitions make you feel like you need breasts? That wasn't it. I'm a grown adult. It's my responsibility. I wasn't inspired by these women with fake breasts to get breasts. I felt like my whole childhood, I never had boobs. Boobs are going to be fun. They're
Yeah.
going to be awesome. My boyfriend wanted me to have boobs. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
I
I
actually
got
asked my
'em.
wife not to.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was just like, I don't think you should.
No,
but
don't.
she's happy, so I'm like,
For the rest of your
whatever.
life, it's an upkeep. It's something you have to pay attention to.
Yeah.
And you already got enough going on.
Ugh.
I know, I hear it. I haven't had kids. I haven't breastfed. So the women out there who want breasts to have shape again, I can't comment on that. But to the girls who have perfectly healthy bodies and natural little boobies, I wish I could go back to that day.
Right.
I really do.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that I had a fan base in women when I opened up.
No, that's awesome though. Like, I saw a post, knowing that you were coming on, I went through your Instagram and kind of read prior posts. You deleted a lot of stuff.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, because I started following you prior to, being on the Olympia stage. I think like one of the first pictures I ever saw of you was you with your cow head in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My semi nude in nature series with my cow head, yeah.
Artistic nonetheless.
Exactly.
But no, like you had posted something about depression. What do you feel like dealt with the depression? Was it just
If you're going to build a career in something and one day it's gone, you lose a large part of your identity. And what I identified with was being fit and happy and on stage and going to the top. I was motivated to be Miss Olympia.
Yeah.
And when I had my surgeries, there was no way I was coming back anytime soon. And I knew that. Every surgery put me back 3 to 4 months. Every surgery put me back 3 to 4 months. So for 2 years, I literally could not train like I was a figure Olympian. For 2 years. And mentally, it took me out of the game. I was a mess. It put a strain on everything in my life.
What made you want to compete in the first place? If we can kind of go back to that.
Fitness magazines.
Fitness?
I wanted to be a cover model on a magazine, and I thought competing was going to do that for me.
So growing up, like I know you did some track.
I did track. Yeah, I started lifting weights later in high school.
For some reason, I know you longboard.
Yeah, I skateboard.
But like, did you as a teenager? Did you like skateboard?
I skateboarded. Yeah,
I thought
ramps.
so.
Yeah, I was a skater. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember like an old post from it. Like, but you took a lot of your shit down. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah, my dad would wake up early Sunday mornings, take me to the skate park when I was 10, 11, 12.
Do you still get on every now and then?
Yeah, I can still skate. Oh, yeah.
Kickflip?
I can kickflip. Probably can't land it right now. I can ollie for sure. No, I grew up a skater chick, an outdoor playing it, in dirt, getting beating up people. I was a crazy little girl.
That's good, though.
I had brothers, and that's what I did.
So that just transitioned to just track. I know you did track.
Played basketball. I did cross country. I ran in college. I had a scholarship.
Where'd you go to college at?
I went to GCC and then Glendale Community College, and then I went to ASU. Okay. So, I was always athletic outside. I think that's why I didn't get into MySpace or Facebook early on. That wasn't a big deal back then.
Yeah, well.
So I was active. Yeah. You remember what it was like not to have social media?
What's funny is
you did a lot of other things.
The guy that we had on hypnotherapist, we actually talked. His name's Rich. Rich and I talked about the impact of social media and the way people gravitate towards depression and stuff like that because of it. And actually, that's kind of the topic I wanted to get on. Like, how do you deal with being a public figure? In that sense, I mean, you had like 237 something thousand followers
combined. So with Facebook, I have like 30,000 that follow me through my page on Facebook that I don't use that much anymore.
Right.
And then Instagram, it's varied between 180 and 200K.
I joked around.
It goes back and forth.
I joked around and made a comment earlier about you being a walking coupon book. Yeah. Like
I love product reviews, and I'll tell you what, most of them don't even pay me.
No.
They send me free stuff, and if I love it, I love.
That's kind of like Ben Greenfield. There's a guy, Ben Greenfield, the same way. He used to do. He was on stage for Olympia for Physique as well. He kind of left that scene, but he does the same thing. Product review, like people send him full saunas. Like you need to get on that level. Get a sauna.
No, you know what's funny? As I tell these people, like I know you're taking stuff out of your inventory. You're sending me product out of your pocket. If I love it, I'm more than happy to talk about it for you. Don't even send me a dime. Yeah. Some companies who pay me really insist on paying me because they get a lot of traffic from me. And so I'll give them a number. It's not anything crazy. I'm not making thousands of dollars a month doing this.
Right. Well, do you have a regular 9 to 5 or no?
I do. So I do quite a few things.
Okay.
I'm still a trainer. I have clients that I see in person. Very few select ones that I've seen in person for years. I have my ebooks I do pretty good on. I do nutritional and training online still. Again, like a select group of people that are dedicated and not gonna give me total migraines every day. And it's hard to get those people.
I'm laughing because I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I love helping everybody, but if you're really gonna invest time and make it worth your while, you really need to understand on both ends people are gonna be dedicated with you. That's why I made ebooks. Not everybody wants to be trained full time every day. I'm gonna check in on you and bug the shit out of you.
Yeah,
You know what I
good.
mean?
Yeah.
And then my parents have a family company, and I do their books.
Oh,
I do their books for my family company.
what'd you go to college for? Strictly
Exercise science, but I took
Oh,
accounting
okay.
classes.
Well, there you go.
And I
Yeah.
did all my prereqs to get into nursing school. I just didn't go.
at all.
I didn't go to nursing school.
I don't blame you. I don't blame
I'll tell you what, I regret that now, because by now I would have been an RN for a long time. But exercise, I loved doing science. So
Are we allowed to talk about Evogen?
yeah,
Or-
we can talk about Evogen.
So you're under contract.
Yeah,
How do you feel about their products on a personal level? Like, I mean, I know you have.
Evogen.
My wife loves them.
Okay, so
So-
funny story about Evogen. 2012, Hani Rambod posted something.
Which I think I would out train that guy. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. People think he's like the guru. I'm like,
You got to
I
run through
just-
an FST7 with him. He'll make you cry. It's
I want
unbelievable
it.
what he's done to a lot of us when we are in person with him. And I have a poker face when I train.
Yeah.
And he even told me, he's like, I can't read how you're feeling right now, but we're going to go to the next level. And I threw up.
Really?
Yeah.
See-
got sick on camera. I told them, I was like, I got to take a second and walk away.
I want it. I want to try. I want to.
If Hani's talked about
swear.
coming to Phoenix,
Yeah.
and doing stuff here with me, because he has an audience here that's pretty big.
Yeah.
And if he does, I'll get you in the gym with him.
Oh, dude, I would love it. Like, I had a buddy who trained chest with me, and he
Yeah.
threw up from chest, and I'm like, I don't know anybody that's ever thrown up from chest. Like,
I
have
did
a
shoulders, and I didn't think I could throw up on a shoulder day.
Really?
I could just assume throw up days or leg days.
leg day. Yeah.
No, Hani made me sick. I left and was like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to do anything.
Did you train with him again?
No, just that one day, because I flew home. I had to fly home, and I was like, I'm not. And he goes, you're gonna have to hire somebody to wash your hair. And literally, I was like, my hands couldn't go above my ears.
Really?
He's hard.
I gotta try it.
He's really hard.
I don't
Evogen. So, anyways, yeah,
Sorry, didn't mean to
2012.
cut you off.
No. He had put out a thing looking for athletes, and it was like 1 a.m. in the morning, and I sent him my resume. 2012, I wasn't even pro yet. I was like,
Yeah.
Hani Rambod, I've heard about Evogen. Back then, he had 3 products: EVP, Glycojet, and Cellchem.
Yeah.
That was all Evogen had. I owned all of them because I knew back then they were the top. The thing with products now, and you might know this, a lot of stuff has animal hair in it, animal nails. You're not fermenting a lot of this stuff, so you can buy BCAAs that are cheap, but that's a reason they're cheap. That's where you get branched chain amino acids from hair and nails.
Yeah.
Evogen doesn't do all that. It's all fermented. It's the cleanest of the cleanest. That's why people can take it and not have issues with their gut. So
And
I knew that back then.
I love that you say that, because I'm just full disclaimer. There's
Yeah.
certain BCAAs when people take it, it's like, dude, like, quit farting.
Yeah, you get stomach bloating, you get a lot of
yes.
problems. I have to explain to people a lot of times, they're like, why is EVP expensive? It's because the quality that you're getting. Do you want to take something that's cheaper and you're going to be bloated and feeling like crap all day? Or do you want to know that you're getting something that's been fermented and cleaned? It's not coming from horse hair and human hair and animal nails. And I mean, that's where you get keratin from and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what's making these amino acids. And so Evogen, from that point on, he just always remembered me from that. He's like, you're the only person that emailed me at 1 a.m. Like, who does that?
Right.
Fast forward to 2016, 17, he reached out to me and was like, hey, I want you to be a part of my team. I mean, that was 5 years later.
Yeah.
And I was on the Evogen train all the way through my Olympia, my Arnold prep. I never got sent anything for free from Evogen. I paid for everything. And he remembered me all those years later.
Oh,
It was
that's-
crazy.
Yeah, that is neat.
So out of all the companies I worked for, when Hani Rambod called my cell phone, I was working at a dog boarding facility. I was boarding dogs. Craziest side job I ever had to get out of debt. I'll tell you what, people, when you're getting out of debt, you work whatever job you can get. I was boarding dogs at a dog boarding facility part-time
There's still people that are waiting tables.
to get out of debt. And Hani Rambod called me while I was cleaning up piss and picking up dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my boss, I was like, I got to take a break. There's someone very important on the phone. And that next weekend, I went to the LA Fit Expo and he signed me.
Oh,
I was with Evogen.
dude, can you talk a little bit on like being assigned to sponsorship?
Yeah.
Or is that
No, yeah.
That, like, how would somebody go about if they're up and coming?
Yeah.
How would somebody go about getting signed to?
So I actually have an ebook I wrote about it. It's called Stand
Okay.
Out from the Crowd. And stand out from the crowd was my experience on getting sponsorships. Prior to Evogen, I worked for Dymatize. I worked for Live Fit Apparel, which was my biggest sponsorship
that's when I
ever.
met you,
I
yeah.
made a real salary with them. I made good money with Live Fit. It was a great opportunity, and I loved it. They made me huge. They grew my brand and grew my name so much. People will always remember me from Live Fit.
Right.
I worked for, Six Pack Fitness. Do you remember Six Pack Bags?
Six Pack Bags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Six Pack Bags. When they came out, it was Daniel and Bailey, Steve Cook, me, all the originals.
Yeah.
Those people, we all did bag sponsorships with them. I made good money with Six Pack, and that's before they stopped paying for sponsorships.
Yeah.
So I have to be honest with you. If you want to be seen, you got to use these people's products and talk about it organically. Tag them. Tag these pages. When they start seeing that you're being like repetitive, organic about it, they're going to notice you. They're going to reach out to you. They're going to say, hey, we really love that you love our products. Can we send you more? If you're bringing them a fan base and money, that's when you step up and ask for money in return.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're talking about them, but they're not making sales from you, they're not going to offer you a salary. They're going to offer you free products.
Become an ambassador first.
Yeah, an ambassador first. You
Yeah.
know, and I did a lot of ambassador stuff for a long time. I mean, every cover I got into a magazine, any type of ads I did for magazines, Muscle and Fitness, Hers, Ironman, those were all for free. I knew those were going to help my brand. I did them for free. I drove to California to shoot with Ironman for free. I paid for my own hotel, my gas. Ironman was like, you come out, shoot for us, we'll give you a 6-page spread. That was in 2013, 14. I did the Arnold.
A 6-page spread.
6 pages.
That's huge.
I did the Arnold. I got invited to the Arnold that weekend. I applied for it and got invited. And that next year, everyone saw me in Ironman. I went to the Arnold. My following went from like, I don't even remember. I grew in like 20, 30,000 Instagram followers back then in a weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Ironman hit the shelves and I was on stage at the Arnold.
Oh.
So I knew it was going to pay off because I knew like if I was going to pay my dues, something was going to start paying off. I made it in that spread. I went to the Arnold, and then all these businesses were like, oh, look, I recognize her face. She's everywhere.
Well, you could say it was a lot of that, but everybody that I've known that has met you you're just a genuine person.
Oh, thanks.
No, I'm
Yeah.
being serious. Like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, like, oh yeah, I ran into Alicia Coates, so and so, you know, because you're around.
Yeah.
You're never stagnant. You're always doing something. Well,
Something.
except for your stint from
Being disappearing for
yeah.
a year and a half, 2 years.
But nobody has really ever had anything negative to say about you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I always try to show respect to everybody, no matter what. We're all trying to make it in this industry. I understand.
The industry is so weird. Like,
Yeah, it's
and
changed
not
a
even
lot.
not even at a pro level.
Yeah.
Like you get your like Joey Swoll. Mm-hmm. Like, you know.
Have you met Joey?
His arms weird me out.
He's the nicest. I have to say, I
He
met
has such short arms and they're gigantic.
when I was with Live Fit.
Yeah.
Randall lived in the building that all of Shreds lived in.
Oh,
I'm not kidding you. We
Lord.
walked out and I would see Devin Physique. I would see Devin's girlfriend. I would see Paige Hathaway. I would
Yeah.
see Joey Swoll. Joey Swoll is the nicest human being I've ever spoken to. He
That's crazy.
knew who I was by name. Gave
Yeah.
me a hug, hugged me, asked how I was doing. What are you doing in California? So interested in my day, how things were going with Live Fit. I had never met Joey in my life.
Huh.
So happy to meet me, and I'll never forget that. And then I think a couple weeks later, he bought his dad a brand new car, and like very family oriented. He made it to the top with Shreds, and was always giving back. That's what I remember about Joey.
Yeah.
Nicest guy ever. If you have the chance to meet him at an expo,
I definitely, I
You
need
gotta
to give
say
it a
hi to
shot.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've met a few people that have been like, okay, like,
Paige Hathaway, sweet girl.
Yeah.
Devin Physique was super awesome to me. I know there's mixed
Yeah.
reviews on what happened with him. Really genuine, nice guy. I know he probably got in a little bit of trouble with his training stuff.
the one person that comes to mind that people are always like hit or miss on is
Yeah.
Bradley Martin. That's everyone's.
Bradley's very interesting.
Everybody's hit or miss on him. It's he's either A or B, and I'm just kind of like, I haven't met him, so I'm not going to give.
All
him
I
feedback.
remember about Brad is we were at the Mecca in Venice before the LA Fit Expo in 2017, and he approached us and just asked if we would, sit on his squat bar so he could video us sitting on the squat bar while he squatted. The girls, we all ended up holding on to the barbell while he pressed.
Yeah.
And we made it.
Crazy strong, by the way.
He's freakishly strong.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know Brad. I've never really talked to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have an opinion.
Hani was just there, actually did a whole segment with him at his gym.
Yeah.
And he said Brad was great. He loved it. He tortured him, did a whole workout with him. So I think, what's his gym called? Zoo something?
Yeah, yeah.
So he went out and invited Hani, and Hani killed him. Yeah. I heard it was a great YouTube video.
I bet that
Yeah.
guy, like you said, everybody swears by Hani. So I don't know.
I swear, if he comes, Hani, when you come to Phoenix, I have someone for you to torture, and we will get it on camera.
I'm being dead serious.
Yeah.
You'd be shocked. So
I would probably get you to Independence in Scottsdale, the gym, because
Yeah.
that's like our mecca here. It's
yeah,
big.
which is weird. Like a lot of people like love it, and then mixed reviews as it's typical Scottsdale kind
It's
of.
a big, busy gym.
Yeah.
You got trainers in there who are doing groups of
I
females.
want to do Metroplex.
Metroflex is good. I haven't been to the new one. I went to the original one off of Bell in the 17.
Yeah.
So the new one's a little further north. I haven't been there yet, but I know the owners. I know BJ. I know Brandon. So.
I wish you weren't such a busy girl. I would have told you to bring workout clothes so we could have gone afterwards.
Oh
but-
my gosh, that would have been really fun. We got to get I got to get my friend Adrian with my videographer to
Yeah.
bring him with us. He would come out
down.
and vlog it for us. We can make a good video for it.
I'm down.
Do you have a YouTube connected to this podcast?
Yes, actually, Whiskey
Oh,
Tango
okay.
Talks.
Yeah, so then we
Yeah.
should just do a whole thing for YouTube.
Dude, I would die.
Adrian owes me a lot of favors, Adrian.
No, literally, I would die if you were down to do that.
Yeah,
That'd be
no,
awesome.
we'll do it.
Oh,
For sure. I get him, I hook him up with a lot of jobs. He owes me a few favors. So Adrian, I'm going to be calling you soon.
I like it. What would you say to the girl out there who has self-esteem issues? This is big for me because I just like going back to just being a public figure that you are and the stuff that you went through. Like, what would you say to the typical girl, not somebody who's trying to be a
Fitness model.
a magazine cover girl or anything like that? Like, because like I said, you inspire so many girls. After I had seen that you posted it and I reposted it, like I said, there was people that I rarely talk to that come up to me in the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, so and so said you're having Alicia Coates, like, and they wanted to ask me questions to ask you, but I wanted this to be organic. It's not an interview.
Yeah.
So, what would you say to those women out there?
To the women who are in a downfall, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, I would say when I went through my 2 years being very depressed, gaining weight, I didn't step into a gym for probably a year when I was going through that phase. Every day, you just got to wake up and just do what you have to do. Like, there was days I didn't want to go to work. There's days I didn't want to go grocery shopping. I didn't want to leave my house. Like, it got that bad. It really was horrible. And I feel bad for my ex at the time because I didn't realize how much that affected.
I don't feel bad. He still has my flag.
Yeah,
No,
he
I'm
does.
sorry.
He still has your flag. It affected our relationship because I can look back now and realize, like, I went through a lot of crap, but you're going to come out of it. Just one day at a time, get up and go for a walk. Go grocery shopping and meal prep, something small. Get up and write back, that DM that someone wrote you. I had so many messages from women like, Alicia, can you talk about what you're going through? Like, I need your help. I wasn't at that place to mentor anybody. I was like, look, I'm in an ugly place right now. I'm not going to, are you in love? Are you married? I hate you. You know what? I'm losing everything. You know what I mean? Like, I was in that place.
Yeah.
Do you have a husband who supports you and he loves you? Do you have a partner who supports you and loves you? I was at that place where I was so jealous of that because I wanted that and I lost it. You know what I mean? So I just remember thinking to myself, okay, I can see how some people can be jealous of other people's lives, but you don't know what's going on in the background. Like, you don't realize it. You don't realize at the time that you think someone on social media has a perfect life when they could be losing everything.
Yeah. No,
And that was me. So don't judge your life based on these pictures and these videos because I made believe that I was happy and I was miserable.
I'm so glad you said that.
Because
Like,
all those pictures you saw I deleted.
Yeah.
When I look back on those pictures, I deleted every picture in my head. I remember I was miserable. I was like, I was so fake in this picture. Delete. This was not how I really felt. Delete.
That's how you.
That's how I was.
Oh.
Everything that I posted, I deleted. This is not true. I was not happy. I remember looking at these pictures and seeing the sadness in my eyes, and I was like, that was not how I really felt. Delete. Like, I just stopped pretending, and I posted my before and after, and people were like, this is fake. Your before is fake, Alicia. Like, you did not get that heavy. I was so heavy. And I had so much muscle mass that I looked bigger, I looked thick, and everyone thought it was fake. And that broke my heart because I was like, look at me, I'm trying to be honest with you guys. And you guys are telling me that my before and after pictures are altered? I didn't fake this picture.
Why would anyone think that you would
alter a picture
just
so
so
I
you would
could
have a cool comeback story?
Like, no, like I didn't want to. This is not what I'm opening up about for you guys to be like, I saw you at the grocery store 9 months ago. You didn't look that fat. I'm like, excuse me? I don't even know who you are.
They did, like, just called you out for what it was.
Oh, if you go to that first before and after picture, that was the weekend my girlfriend was getting ready to sign her marriage license, all the stuff. She got married at Brophy Chapel. I took that picture. 2 weeks after that picture, I left my ex. I left our home. I packed up everything, got in a U-Haul, and went back to my mom's house.
Can I?
I was miserable. I was in a bad place. So when people
was it you, or was it the relationship? Was it I'm not trying to get
5
into
years of just
not trying to get too much into your personal
5
life,
years of fitness, 5 years of resentment, 5 years of firefighting, 5 years of
people grow apart.
If I tell you
Different
what,
lives.
if I didn't get up and leave, I would have never left. We'd be still in the same misery.
Yeah.
It just would have never ended. We weren't abusive to each other by any means. It wasn't like that. It was just we both knew we weren't happy. And he went on a boys trip that weekend, and I packed up the house and left.
Damn.
That was it.
Damn.
I left, and he thanked me later. He's like, you know what? Had you not left, I don't know how we would have separated.
Yeah.
Because if I was home, I probably would have stopped you. If you hadn't packed, you probably would have never packed.
Right.
So me leaving was like, I woke up one day and I was
a little bit of relationship advice. Pack if you think you need to get out.
If you need to get out and you know that relationship you're not growing from it, both of you are stuck in misery and fighting.
Yeah.
I just got up and left and started over. That was it. I went back to my mom's house and started over.
That's awesome, though. What's future plans for you? What do you?
It's kind of interesting. So.
I know topic wise.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
So Evogen re-signed me this year.
Okay.
And that was something that was a big deal because they want to know our future. And that's one thing with being an athlete. They always want to know what your plans are.
Mm-hmm.
So Hani has always been on my side. He wants me to get back on stage. He's always been like, Alicia, I believe in you. You have the structure. So my goal is to buckle down and start thinking about a prep.
I love it.
Get back on stage.
God,
I win or
you're
not.
not looking forward to that, are you? The prep?
I have to tell you,
just the prep.
I spent $1,400 on a custom suit 2 years ago from Tammy Marie. It's the most beautiful thing you will ever see, and God damn it, I'm gonna wear that suit.
$1,400
before I go out. I'm gonna wear that suit.
Just nice Vegas trip. Wear it to Vegas.
I'm looking forward to prepping.
Poolside.
I'm looking forward to prepping because I miss that life.
Really?
I do. I miss it. Figure is a different sport. It's not like bikini. It's not like bodybuilding.
No, figure.
You got to train your body to look a
figure and
certain
physique
way.
Are my favorite.
Oh, the favorites.
Yeah, in my opinion. Like
yep. The shape.
Women's bodybuilding. I adore it in the sense of dedication.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, woman. Like, you are putting your body through the extreme.
Yeah.
And you're coming out and you're looking like... Most men don't look like that. And for some guys, that's gross, but why is it okay that you can't fat shame somebody, but you can shame somebody who's...
Don't get me started on that.
You know what I'm saying?
I've got stories for you for days.
No,
I used to get harassed in public when I was ready for the Olympia.
Out.
Everywhere I shopped, I wore long sleeve shirts in 120 degrees weather because I was terrified someone was going to harass me in public.
Because you were muscular.
Because I was huge. I was jacked for a woman.
What was your stage weight?
123.
But 123, but you were proportional.
I was striated and vascular and scary looking to most normal people. To people who are not in that industry, I was scary looking.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, the dedication of that body change is amazing. I've put on 62 pounds of muscle in 5 years.
That's great.
You know,
That's
so
insane.
for me, like, I'm like, okay, like, I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when we first met in, I think it was 2015, it was after your first Olympia stage.
Yep.
I was like 220 pounds, but it was like 16 pounds of gut.
Yeah.
You know, I had been in the gym a little bit, but it's like, so just that overall change over time, it's ridiculous. Like, it's not a night and day thing. You don't just fucking take a magic pill and then boom, you're there.
I've met girls who night and day muscle, and it's
Really?
a scary process.
Yeah.
And
You're putting your body through a lot, like Dallas McCarver. That's a situation
I
like,
hate to think about him because he had so much potential.
oh, he's the next Olympian. He was the next.
He was
Mr.
great.
Yeah.
He really was. His death was really sad.
Well,
it still is.
we
sad.
won't get too much into supplement use,
Yeah.
but there is that side of it. And my first guest, the 105 kg guy, we talked a lot about that.
Yeah.
And it was like, for those that are willing to do it, it's a dark path,
There's
or
so
it's
many-
a better path than.
I'll tell you this right now. People are surprised by this, and this is kind of some. I mean, you're married to a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I had my menstrual cycle every single month competing. I was on my period when I was on the Olympia stage,
That's crazy.
which is wild. My coach was like, "What is going on with you? Obviously, you're not lean enough, Alicia. You have baby fat because you still have your period." And girls don't believe me. I have had my period every single month since I was 15. I didn't lose my period 1 month when I was competing for 3 years.
That's really crazy. Not
one time.
especially for women, like, because even women.
But I've never been on birth control either, my whole life. And I don't know if that factors into the
No,
thing.
it does, because okay, so there's a primal side of this.
Yeah.
Okay, like an ancestral side of this.
Yeah.
For instance, like men who run, right, and do like triathlons and shit, they're leaner, and body wise, if you're, a caveman.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're running from something constantly, your testosterone levels are going to be lower. You're not fertile.
Yep.
Because you're always trying to get away. Your body's telling you that you're not ready for a kid because you could get eaten by a lion.
Yeah.
Right.
You're surviving.
Pretty much.
Yes.
So that's why, when most leaner men who do like triathlons, cycling, stuff like that, lower testosterone.
Yep.
Right. For women who do a lot of bodybuilding, had a wife's friend who couldn't get pregnant for forever.
Yeah.
A runner every day.
Yep.
Doctor's like, quit working out. And as soon as she quit working out, boom, pregnant.
Crazy.
See what I'm saying? So for you to be as physical as you were, to be on an Olympia stage and still get a menstrual cycle, that's fucking.
Oh, I remember.
That's baffling.
I remember people teasing
That doesn't
me.
make any sense. Like, it's like, that's different.
I'll tell you what, that was the leanest I've ever been. I was on my menstrual cycle. I'm not lying to you. I even asked, and in future plans, also, I'd like to start a family soon. I'm 32, so I just actually went to my.
Kudos to you.
Thank you.
No, I'm being dead serious.
Yeah.
You're 32. You want to start a family soon. I waited. My wife's younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I waited till I was 29, and it was one of those situations where it was like, oh, we're pregnant. But then I was 29. I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
How old's boyfriend?
He's 29.
Eesh.
Yeah.
He needs to wait a few more years. Men aren't
He
men
had a
until men aren't
great-
men until they're like 31.
He was a professional
32.
baseball player, so he's
Oh, okay.
lived a lot of life.
You really?
Yes.
Who do you play for?
He was with the Rockies, so he
Okay.
did stuff for the Grand Junction and then the Rocky affiliation. Yeah, so he had surgery and got out of it and retired in 2016. So he was a pitcher.
We're actually trying to get Willie Bloomquist, who played for the Diamondbacks, to come on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting.
I take him to baseball games. I feel so bad for him. He misses it a lot, but
Yeah,
I try to tell him, I'm like, you're still young.
It's a weird life, though.
He's
It's
done a lot
rough.
with his life. So when I met him, I was kind of like, great, you've lived life. You're not
Yeah.
gonna be one of those.
No, for real.
So it was really great meeting him at 28. I thought, I'm not dating anybody under 30, and then I met him. So
Yeah, that's.
was-
it's
when I met
usually
him,
the
I
other
knew
way
right
around,
away
I
he was
suppose.
more mature than most. So
Well, yeah, and he led a life where he's done a lot of traveling, so might
his
be
whole
time.
life he
Yeah.
traveled. So
Yeah, well, hopefully he listens to this and he realizes he needs to get a ring.
yeah,
I put him on the spot.
yeah.
You're
No,
like,
we
"Shut
talk about
up."
it
You're
again.
looking at me
so-
like, shut up.
No, we talk about marriage and we talk about family and babies, and I actually recently just started doing all my blood work and making sure I'm a healthy childbearing woman. If I choose to compete right now or
Right.
go for the children. So that was actually a recent thing.
Well, if it's a boy, Derek Jr. No, I'm joking.
We decided on the boy's name. It will be Major. Major.
Major Derek. Okay.
Yep,
I
yeah.
like it. No, I was just
But yeah, so that's another thing that I want in the very near future.
Dude.
Before I'm 34, I'd like children.
34.
34 in the next 2 years. So it's either I'm going to get back on stage ASAP, or I'm going to pop out a baby and have some comebacks.
Get on stage, get off a stage, have a kid,
Have a kid.
get back on stage and show the world that you can do it.
Look at Miss Figure Fitness, Whitney Jones.
Wait,
She's one of my first coaches, by the way. AZ
Yeah.
Pro Physiques. Pro Physiques is where I started my
yeah.
career.
Oh, speaking of, I'm so glad you
So
brought
Damien
up Pro
Segovia
Physiques.
is my coach.
Yeah.
He was my only coach. I've only had one coach my whole career, and it's Pro Physiques.
So
And
just
she's 40 years old.
Yeah.
Miss Olympia.
Ugh,
2 kids. Her son is 10, I think. Her oldest is 11.
yeah.
I mean, you can do it at any age. And Whitney has, I mean, she had a broken knee, a
People don't
broken
realize-
neck,
yeah.
a bad heart. She got back on stage and became Miss Olympia at 40. You can do it.
It's
So I'm not even worried. If I have babies, I'm coming back. So
I love it. It's Pro Physiques.
Yep.
Out here in Arizona.
Yeah.
You're an advocate.
100%.
Okay, so
Damien Segovia took me to everything.
there's somebody. Who did you say does your photo shoots?
My friend. So I shoot with a lot of people, but Adrian's
Okay, so-
Adrian's my videographer.
Videographer.
I shoot with a lot of photographers locally.
Okay, there was a photographer, and my friend Sherry from Pro Physiques knows you.
Okay.
Her husband is Justin Lunn, and I think it's Justin's like brother or sister that does like photo shoots with
Yeah.
you. And there she had brought up, oh, when she's on, bring up, and I couldn't remember the name, so I'm sorry, Sherry. I'm horrible.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the name. It's a weird last name.
Oh, darn it.
It's killing me. But yeah. But Sherry, I don't know. Yeah, I'll pull up a picture so you can see her. But so
Are you talking about Carly?
what's the last name?
Her husband is Justin.
Sherry.
Okay, let me see real quick.
Yeah.
We're jumping on our phones right now.
It's okay. We do whatever we want. It's our podcast.
Yeah.
So
Let me see
Fuck
real
'em.
quick. So Carly Sterling
that's definitely not the last name.
or Starling, sorry.
So this is Sherry Lund and her husband. This is Justin Lund.
Oh yeah. So I shot with. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. No.
They're okay. So his brother-in-law did the Glute Pro, and they're partners with Damien and Whitney. So the Glute Pro is a glute machine that they made. Her family, their
Okay.
family,
Yeah.
and we shot with
But she asked me to say hi. So,
Imam or something.
something like, yeah, it's a weird
Oh.
last name. Yeah, Justin's
one
actually
second.
trying to go for his pro card. I want him to come on once he gets it. He's such a stud.
Hold on one second. Why
Sherry's
am
a
I-
stud too. She's three kids, I think. She's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Carly and Justin, and they're trainers at Pro Physiques, husband and
yeah.
wife duo.
No,
So-
I'm not that cool. I've never been pro physique, so.
Okay, so yeah, his brother-in-law actually they made the Glute Pro, and I was doing a lot of stuff for them. I'll have to show
Glute
you
Pro.
the Glute Pro, and that's based out of here, and it's an invention that him and Whitney and all of them.
So Evo Gin,
Yeah,
Glute Pro. Can we talk about Frida Paulson? Oh my god.
Frida.
Yeah, Frida Paulson.
Yeah,
Dude.
she's a freak. I know.
I don't know how she doesn't win bikini. Like, name a better butt in bikini.
Nobody. She's got a phenomenal butt. Ashley Caldwalter has a great butt too. So
Well, what is bikini? Like, you know what I'm
Glutes,
saying?
It's glutes all day.
That's
I
what
know.
I'm saying. Name a better butt than Frida right now.
Her butt's phenomenal. I
It's-
know. I don't know what Frida's deal is. I don't know why she's not making her place.
Yeah.
She might have to pay her dues a
Yeah,
little
they
bit.
share it.
And I hate to say that, but sometimes you come on stage, you could be the best looking girl. There's girls before you that pay their dues.
We won't get into this. We
That
talked
was-
about it.
That
prior
was
to.
my thing. I
Yeah.
had to pay my dues. Had I kept competing, I honestly think I had a really great chance at Miss Olympia a year or two later. Had
Yeah.
I not had my breast surgeries and got out of it. Because you pay your dues, you get on stage, you're an advocate for the sport. There's so much to come for you. Don't come in this sport thinking anyone's going to hand you anything.
Well, speaking of the sport, what would you say to the upcomer? Like
Don't-
you just talked about, like
yeah, don't walk on stage thinking you're turning pro your first national show.
It
It
right.
happened to me, and I don't know why it happened to me.
There's a local girl here in Arizona named Katie Luna,
Okay.
and she first show,
Katie Luna, she was with Pro Physiques.
yeah, got her pro card.
She's a freak. I know.
Yeah.
Her body's phenomenal.
Right?
My first national show, I turned pro, but that was in 2013. That was a different time.
yeah, well, hers was
Hers
like-
was fairly young, too.
Yeah.
14, maybe.
yeah,
A
I
year
think
after me, or 15.
something like that. Yeah, she went to New York Pro, didn't even place top 15, and it was like, oh,
We
okay.
were all shocked.
yeah.
Seriously, Katie, when you see her in person, is a freak.
Oh yeah, she worked out at the same LA Fitness I did for years.
I know.
so
I was very jealous of her hamstring glutathione. That is not in my genes.
her fucking shoulders.
Never will be in my genes.
I've never seen a woman with bigger shoulder caps.
I
than
know.
It's like, wow.
Stage presence and stage look is just, there's another level when you get to the pro stage. And I have to say, one of the best best of the best, Nicole Wilkins. She was my
Yeah.
mentor, whether she knew it or not. I met her when I turned pro, and when we walked on stage together in 2014 on the Olympia stage, I about shit my pants. I was backstage pumping with Nicole Wilkins and Dana Lynn Bailey, who
Dude.
I would have never thought I'd be on stage with Nicole Wilkins. And when I met her at Junior Nationals in 2013 when I turned pro, I was like in awe.
Yeah.
And the next year I was on stage with her. Like, what? How? Who would have thought that would have happened?
You?
No.
No.
Not in a million years.
Seriously,
Never.
you got to have more faith in yourself.
Oh
than
my
that.
gosh, no.
You don't think so?
I did not think I'd be backstage pumping with Nicole Wilkins. No way. But
Dude.
she paid her dues. She's been on stage since she was 19.
19. I'm trying
Gosh.
to find it. So people don't realize, like, what can I ask your weight now?
So I'm 135 right now. I'm
Okay.
5'5". My stage weight was
Will you
123.
tell my wife to calm the fuck down? Like, she's like, I'm 130. Oh my god. I'm like, babe, like you've had a fucking kid.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, a 6-year-old kid.
Aw.
Look how out of shape me and Rob Bailey were. in that
Oh my
picture.
gosh, look at Rob back then.
So that was the first year Dana won.
It was 14.
Yeah, that was the first year.
Yep. So I saw her win and get her acceptance to the Olympia at the Dallas Europa. That's
Yeah.
where she won. So physique back then, if you came in first at the Dallas Europa, so Steve Kaluklo won, went to the Olympia.
Yeah.
Dana Lynn won, went to the Olympia. That was at Dallas.
Yeah.
And I remember that.
That's-
Because I waited in line to meet her until the expo. She stayed until every single soul in her line was
Look at
gone.
that guy. I'm glad
Oh
he's
my
coming
gosh.
back. Yeah.
Colin,
Yeah.
what a beast.
Callum.
Yeah,
Callum.
Callum.
Same thing. Yeah. Are you going to Olympia this year?
Yes, I'll be there with Evasion.
Working the booth?
Work in the booth.
So I'll be there working Flex Comics booth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Flex is awesome.
So-
Local guy.
Yeah. Have you met him?
Yes.
His name's Jeremy.
So
he
my-
actually was right down the street.
The macro coach I hired is Leanne Thompson, and she's one of his.
Leanne.
Is her,
Yeah.
She was.
her and her husband do
she
judging,
was the
right?
one that changed my whole body.
Dude, do you know she just won a bunch of like pro
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah, she's.
Dude, her fucking calves.
I know.
This lady's how old?
100% natural.
Yeah.
100%.
Really?
She is a natural pro,
You're-
Leanne. You only can be in the pro
Are we
division.
talking- are we
They
talking-
do it.
Her husband and her are judges, or no?
No,
Am
you're
I thinking
thinking
about-
of someone else. So Flex Comics.
But you know who I'm talking about, or no?
I know exactly who you're talking about. Hold on one
Great.
second.
Now it's killing me.
Leanne Thompson
Leanne Thompson.
works with Flex Comics. She dresses up as Superwoman, I think, or a superhero.
Okay.
And she is a pro in the Pro League,
Right.
in the Natural Pro League.
Oh.
And you have to do blood work. You can't be in the Pro League.
Oh, no,
unless
yeah.
you're-
Yeah. I actually just
That's
had.
Leanne. She does Flex
Oh yeah.
comic
That's
stuff.
not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yes, I know who that is. though.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's the one I hired to teach me macros and teach me about intermittent fasting.
Okay.
And so she was the one that she made me a better coach because of it. I learned so much from her, so much.
Huh.
So intermittent fasting and macros were a foreign language to me until I hired her, and 5 months later I was back in tip-top shape.
Before you leave, maybe teach my wife a little bit about macros.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even joking because I don't know anything
The
about
first
it.
step is just downloading MyFitnessPal and tracking your food.
So I up my test levels and I train harder. That's my macro counting.
Well, for women, it's not the
It's
same
a
route.
little different. Yeah. I'm like, I'm around 700.
There's
I'll go
a few
1500.
really good
So,
YouTube links that I put on my Instagram as well. I just posted a new post about if it fits your intermittent fasting.
Right.
And
Which,
why-
by the way, you look phenomenal in that
you.
picture.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That picture was right after a spray tan, and I had been dieting all week for a photo shoot.
Oh,
So that photo was legit. I was happy to eat after that photo.
I know you have a early brunch, lunch,
I have
dinner.
some dinner with girlfriends at
Yeah.
at 3.
So I'll try to wrap this up.
Yeah, you're fine.
I just want to talk. You on your page. You have adoptions, like an adoption thing. What are you doing with that? Because
I talk
I'm
about
such
animals
a dog person.
all day long. So
Okay.
I grew up in a family that rescued. So at all times we had, 8 to 10 dogs in our household since I was a little girl. So I've had over 30 dogs in my lifetime who have passed, who have lived.
I grew up with Great Danes.
Okay, so
yeah.
we rescued greyhounds from the track
Right.
over here in Phoenix before they discontinued.
Do you remember the early '90s? How they used to find the mass graves of greyhounds?
Yes, they
Oh.
euthanize them after they're done training. So my dad, we would go on race nights and we would go to the pens, and the dogs that they were getting ready to send out or euthanize, we would adopt a majority of them. So at all times we had like 4 or 5 greyhounds in our household.
Okay.
It was crazy. So I'm the biggest advocate on adoption. Cats, dogs, and whatever you want to do. I have land in Tonopah that I'm going to turn into one day. I'm going to make it a ranch. We have old family land that we've had out there, and my dad gave each of us
If
kids
you need somebody to run it,
10 acres,
shout out to me, please.
and I want a ranch.
I'm not even joking. I'm like, give me a double wide trailer on land.
We
any
just got to
day.
put a well on it. We don't have water on this land. It's 40 acres.
Yeah.
So all of us got 10.
Yeah, my producer over here just bought 41 up in
Yeah.
Snowflake.
There you
Yeah.
go. Actually, so, I thank my dad to this day that he never sold it because he got offers from Burger King to sell that land.
Oh,
And now,
Pretty penny, probably. I guarantee it.
who is it? Bill Gates just bought that land to turn it into bought 125,000 acres in Tonopah to turn into his smart city. So,
Count me in.
so we have, that's why I'm like, one day my whole rescue is going to be in Tonopah. That's going to be a real town soon.
Yeah.
So it's on the way to California.
I'll come.
But
I'll come work for you.
I grew up out west, so I love animals, and if I could, I would take in every animal and find a home for them. So I put adoptions. I work with someone at the shelter in Maricopa County, the East Shelter. She sends me pictures, and I post them for her, and people go in who see them on my post and adopt.
Oh, dude, that's
So
great. Yeah, seriously.
yeah,
That's,
anything I can do. So she was the one I got my Chihuahua from. I showed up and she looked
it's like
at me.
the only dog I won't do.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
I
Like,
grew up
you
with big
posted, I'm
dogs
like,
my
eh.
whole life, and
Yeah.
I wanted a dog that I could just put in my car in a little carrier and take all around town, and it was him. I showed up to the shelter, and she recognized me from social media.
Really?
She was like, Alicia Coates, I follow you. And I said, yeah, I'm here to see this Chihuahua you just posted. And she goes, there's a lot of people in line that want that dog. And I said, I'm going to donate $150 to this shelter right now if I can come back for him tomorrow.
Really?
I'll pay for his neuter and I'll donate $150 if you don't put him on a raffle list.
Right.
They were going to raffle him. I want to take care of this dog. Let me take care of this dog. He weighed 2 pounds. He was,
Oh, Lord.
He was bones.
Yeah,
They
that's
found him
crazy.
in Gilbert in the farmland.
Yeah.
Animal control picked him up.
Lucky he didn't get taken
I don't
away.
think a coyote would want to eat him. He was
It's not
bones.
a coyote, birds.
Birds, yeah.
Yeah.
And she looked at me and she goes, really? You're going to pay for his neuter and donate? And I said, right now, take me to the front. I'll write a donation check. I'll pay for his neuter. I'll be here tomorrow morning, pick him up. And she was there in the morning with him.
Huh.
They didn't raffle him.
That's crazy.
They raffle them because they want these animals to have homes, but sometimes I hate when the shelters do free animal week. They just had a story on this guy that went to free animal week, adopted all these cats, and he tortured and killed them. And they found all these corpses and corpse.
Yeah,
and
I knew what you're saying.
It made me so sad to think sometimes I know these shelters need help. Go adopt dogs in shelters because they need to empty them out. They do free adoption weeks. And you just pray these animals get good homes. It's hard, but I know these shelters are desperate.
Yeah.
So don't buy. Just don't shop. Go adopt. Like, that's just how it should be. And so last time she talked to me, she's like, look, we're having a free adoption week. I'm like, I hate these weeks. She goes, well, here are the dogs that really need to go or else they're in risk of being euthanized.
Yeah.
And I post them right away. Post them. And she's like, he got adopted. He got adopted. He got adopted. She writes me back. So, you know what I mean? Like, it makes me so sad. I really, really hope one day they don't have to do free adoption weeks. I hope these animals can get homes and the turnaround's faster. Because right now in Arizona, it's not. It's
right.
California, it's not. There's so many euthanized animals every day.
Ugh.
And it's just rough. You know what I mean?
No, it is. Like I have, you met my little bully.
Yeah.
The
You
brown
got
one.
some big dogs here.
Yeah.
I
No.
got what is she next to me? A little pitty?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
I forgot she was in here.
She's still sitting next to me.
That's,
Yeah.
That's Harlow Jean. Yeah, she's my old timer.
She got
She's like
big
8
old
years
head.
old. Yeah, no.
She's cute.
Yeah, no, the my other one, we were thinking about breeding him, and he's just out of control trying to hump everything now. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're just gonna neuter him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And plus, my fear is like people that have pits, you don't know what they're gonna do.
You don't know what they're going to do with them. And a
Yeah.
lot of the times when they're doing these free adoption weeks, those are the dogs that are getting
or
freely adopted.
Like pit mix is
Any pits.
everywhere. Yeah.
They had a story of these guys that were doing the tracking to get dog fighting here in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And they would pay women that looked like awesome chicks to go to these shelters to adopt these animals to give to them for their dog fighting rings. Because they knew that they would pass the look, the feel, the
Yeah.
whatever to get these dogs. And it devastated me because I know that these shelters need your help. They need these dogs to be adopted to good families because free adoption week, you never know what's going to happen. You just don't. There's dogs on Craigslist that get adopted for free and they turn around and sell them on Craigslist.
Right. Well, I'm glad
And
you're
it's no fault to theirs. I'm just saying, like, go adopt these dogs so that they have a chance.
be an advocate. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
So I have an adopt, I know, on my thing. And I one day I told her I really should have my own page for this because I feel like so many people are interested in my adoption posts that they would go to a page and see the adoptions that are needed around the valley.
Yeah. You haven't listened to my podcast.
I have not yet.
Okay.
But that's not because of you. I'm just not in the podcast.
No, you're good.
So when you invited me to this, I was like, man, I got to listen to a podcast.
No, you're good. You're good. On the podcast, we do segments. We're going to skip that. We usually do current events and get the guests like kind of like commentary on it. But the other segment we do is tell a joke.
Okay.
And I should have fucking prepared you. I apologize.
Jesus.
So so think of a joke. While you're thinking of a joke, I'm gonna hit you with one last thing so we can get you out of here.
Okay. I'm horrible at jokes. Let's not do jokes.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not good at jokes.
I have the worst dad jokes ever that I like to tell.
I have no jokes for you. I'm going to tell you right now. I suck at jokes.
Not a single joke.
Not a single joke.
Oh, horrible. Oh.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well.
That was my joke. I just got you. I'm just kidding.
Right. No, that would have been a good joke.
That would have been a good joke.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, last thing before you go.
Okay.
What do you, business-wise, ever thought about opening up your own gym?
Yes, and I'm actually talking to the owner of Firebird Nutrition next to Independence, Lance. He's been talking to me for over a year, and we might get together and do a gym.
I think you have a big enough name.
We want to do a gym, but the thing is location. Where are we going to put this gym?
Come towards the east side.
Oh my God!
I'm only saying it because I think
East where though?
Gilbert.
Yeah.
Because
I told him the same thing. I
there's
have a good vibe with Tempe and Gilbert.
Tempe would be amazing because you get college kids.
Yeah.
But the issue with that is how many of them are dedicated.
Yeah.
Versus drinking on the weekends.
This is the thing. Him and I both live in the Arrowhead area in the West Valley.
Okay.
So he's off 67th. I'm off 59th Avenue on the 101. He wants to so desperately bring a good vibe gym to the West Side.
They just opened up the self-made training facility.
Yeah, self-made. Okay.
And that's in Phoenix.
Yep.
That's veteran-owned. I'm a veteran.
So self-made, I used to shoot in his Temecula Corona location with LiftFit.
Yeah.
So I met the owner years ago.
Yeah.
And now he's
the only
in
thing
Phoenix.
I don't like though is that it's a personal training kind of situation. It's not open to the public. You need to open it to the public.
Independence, that's why they're so busy.
Right. And
Independence
the thing about
has a great
Gilbert
gym
is you
and
get
a lot of trainers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need trainers. At the Gilbert location, if you were to open up a good sized gym at Gilbert location, you get a lot of LDS moms who are at home moms.
Oh, when I was a trainer at Pro Physiques, that was my following.
That's what I'm saying.
I did mini boot camps with these ladies and they loved it.
Hey, if you're listening, Alicia is going to put up a poll on IG.
I should, yes.
On where a good gym location should be.
We actually, so my boyfriend right now,
spot.
my boyfriend right now, his whole sales area is Gilbert, Chandler, Mesa.
Yeah.
So after this first year, I looked at him and I was like, hey, if we're going to stay in Arizona, because he's from Ohio, and I don't think he wants to go back home.
I would not want
He's
to
a
go back
Buckeye,
home there.
diehard Buckeye fan, but I don't think he wants to go back home. I think we're going to stay in Phoenix. We're going to look at moving to Gilbert.
You'll love it.
So
I promise you.
I think a gym would be phenomenal.
You'll love it. I promise. Santan Valley.
Yeah.
Houses are cheaper and it's growing.
Yeah.
And then Gilbert's just a skip away.
I know. So, yep. We're looking in that area, so I might need to talk to Lance. And
I'm telling you.
He's been looking for he wants to do a gym so bad. He talks about all the time, and I'm like, I'm here for you, man. We talk back and forth. I said, we just got to knock down a location. Like, where are we going to go?
Yeah.
I'd love to do a gym.
I'm telling you, you get all these commercial gyms, but you need a real gritty gym.
I'm passionate too. I still love training and doing boot camps.
I'm telling you.
That's what I've been doing for over 10 years. Yeah. So I love it. I'd love to see people in person.
Alicia?
Yep.
Seriously. I appreciate you driving 9,000
miles.
Yeah.
Took me an hour and 20 minutes to get here.
Money.
Don't even worry about it.
I'm giving you fucking gas
Don't
money.
even worry about it. No. This was an honor. This is my first podcast. I had a lot of people write me. They're like, I've been looking forward to you doing a podcast.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm not good with YouTube. I don't want to sit down and edit a video. Podcast, I can say what I want. It goes online. Boom. It's just that easy. So
I like it. Anything you want to say to your fans and shout out to sponsors before we go?
Thank you to Evogen Nutrition.
Anything else?
Yeah, thank you guys for always believing in me and following me and
No,
loving,
you're such a sweetheart.
loving what
seriously.
I post and
Yeah.
supporting me. I mean, I love doing product reviews, and so many of you guys trust me with my reviews, and they buy so much stuff from what I talk about. I mean, I'm
want a
driving
pair
a
of those
2004
earphones. I'm gonna.
Mitsubishi outside, people. I'm not making a shit ton of money doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll open a gym.
I just became debt free 4 months ago. Completely debt free. I paid off
Congrats.
over $11,000 in debt in 2 years.
Going into your financial business. I
Yes.
love it.
So I'm telling you people out there, don't live the Instagram life. Take care of yourself now. Take care of your family now.
See, that's what I'm
Don't
looking
live outside of your means, and you're not going to have to work at a dog boarding facility part-time trying to pay off your debt.
I love it. All right, Rob. Well, that wraps it up for Whiskey Tango Talks. My guest, Alicia Coates. I love you. Thank you.
Thank
Seriously.
you very much. Yep, I
You're
appreciate
fantastic.
it. Handshake and all.
Yeah.
You're super jacked, by the way, so
I
you're a big guy.
I tried.
I was
told
like,
you
oh my
62
gosh! I walked in the
pounds.
house and I was like, he's a big guy.
Well, I don't follow the industry for no reason.
You better
Like,
have a ranch out here and throwing hay because you're huge.
No,
so
So, I'm at 240 now. The goal for December is 260. I was 250 last November.
you're gonna be a
So
beast at the Olympia. It'll be fun.
I want to be.
It'll be fun.
My birthday is September 12th.
Nice.
And the Olympia starts on the 13th. So,
Encore Beach Party, we'll be there. Let's do it.
oh.
Me and your wife getting down.
Oh, she's not coming because she ain't part of the booth. But now that you mentioned her,
Bottomless
she's going to
mimosas, I got her all day.
be like, okay, I'm down. All right, that wraps up for Whiskey Tango Talks. Thank you again for listening. Find us on Patreon. If you want to donate, we're trying to find charities to give to. If you could please just look into a charity that you want. We're doing Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October for College Bar in Tempe. My buddy good Joe Healy was just on the show. He is going all in on the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We're going to go ahead and get shirts made. He's doing shirts. I appreciate all your help. Come out in October. We'll get it figured out. Thank you. Well, that does it for Whiskey Tango Talks. I'm your host, Derek Pizzatoro. I appreciate you joining us. Tune in next time for amazing life stories and adventures. Y'all have a good night.